Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Grace and I share sewing tutorials on this channel. In this tutorial, we are going to be learning how to cut and sew a bustier with a keyhole yoke and also a back opening like the one you can see on the screen. So this is the sewing aspect of this tutorial, and I'm going to be linking the pattern drafting and the cutting tutorial as well in the description box. So let's get into the video and start learning. So for all the pieces, I've gone ahead to cut out lining for each of them, both the front and back, and I also ironed fusible interfacing to the main fabrics by the iron to the lining. So to cut my wording, I'm just going to be cutting my pattern paper from the under bust on both sides. Then on this top area, I'm just going to be cutting like 3/4 of an inch or half an inch away, so that it will not reach the top when I cut the breast pad. So I'm placing the center front on the folded edge of the breast pad like this, and I'm going to cut it out. Then I'll fold the breast pad into two again and place the side front on it as well, pin it down and cut it all the way around. So I was really managing the remaining breast pad here, and thank God it was enough. So I'll notch the bust point as well, take off the pins, and then go ahead to arrange it as it's supposed to be. So this is the center and these are the sides. So I will just go ahead and use my hot iron to press this together, the shining side of the breast pad, and once it gums, then I'll go ahead to join this together. So to join it, I'll make sure that the side aligns at the bust point and also at the under bust. So I'm just pinning it together the way I'm going to sew it on the sewing machine. So once I pin that, I'm also going to pin the other side. So always make sure that the both bust points aligns, and that's why it is important to notch it while you are cutting. So once I'm done pinning this, I will head ahead to the sewing machine and sew with half an inch on both sides all the way. And when I'm done sewing, I'm going to be peeling off the excesses of the breast pad at the area where I sew. Then I'm going to notch this all the way around. I'll do that to the other side like this as well, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn this over like this. Then I'll just go ahead and use my bust arm to iron the bust area like this, and make sure that I mold it very well. So I'll use my bust arm to iron it out, both outside and inside. So I'm ironing the outside first like this. I'm just going to use my hand to mold it. Then I'm going to be opening up the excesses like this, the seams. I'll open it up and iron it as well. So all this will make it sit really well on the bust. Then once I'm done doing that, the next thing is to join the lining together with the main fabric. So I've sewn the lining the same way I sewed the main fabric, but before joining it, I'll be working on this yoke. So for the neck line of the yoke, I'm going to be using this piece that I cut out. It measures 1.5 inch wide and it's a little bit long. So I'm going to be using it to turn the neck area and the chest area like a bias. So after turning it, this is what I have. Now it's time to place the yoke together. So placing it right sides facing each other on the main fabric like this, I'll determine where the midpoint of the yoke is by folding it into two equal like this and marking where the middle is. So I'll make sure that the middle aligns with the midpoint of the fabric as well. Then I'm just going to go ahead and pin this down. So if your yoke is old, like it doesn't have a keyhole like mine, you are going to be joining it together with the main fabric like this as well. It's just that you will join it all the way around, not the way I'm just joining the edges alone here. I hope you understand. So I will now place my lining on this right side facing the main fabric as well. I will now sew all around that neckline with 1/2 inch seam allowance. So after sewing it with the 1/2 inch seam allowance, I'll go ahead and notch this all the way around. So make sure that you notch this very well so that all the corners will come out nice. And while you are notching, make sure that you don't cut into the lines that you sew. So I'm going to have something like this. Can you see? Then after that, I'm just going to open this up again and go ahead and give this a top stitch towards the lining area. So while doing this, make sure that you are careful and you are not mistakenly sewing the lace together. Then I will as well sew the sides with 1/2 inch. And after doing that, this is what I have when I turned it to the right side. Can you see how nice this is looking already? So I'm just going to be using my iron to iron this out and flatten it out. Then the next thing is to work on the back patterns. So these are my back pieces. I'm going to arrange it the way it's supposed to be, and also the lining as well. Then I've also gone ahead to turn the neckline of the back, as you can see. So I've turned the neckline and that opening area the same way I turned the front. So to place this now, I'm going to measure from the place that has a zip allowance of 1.5 inch. Then I'm also going to measure in about 4.5 inch. Remember that we started that yoke like 1/2 inch after the dart, and the dart started at 4 inches. So I'm going to pin that directly on the fabric like that, right sides facing each other. And I will also do the same thing for the second one. So let me explain again. Measure 1.5 inch, which is for the lining, and also measure the 4.5, which is like for the place that we cut out the opening at the back. I hope you understand. Then I'll place the lining on it like this and sew with 1/2 inch around. And after sewing, I will go ahead and notch on each side. So this is what it's going to look like. So can you see that it's already looking like that open back shape? So I'll also go ahead and top stitch as well on the lining side, making sure that I avoid the lace yoke. So after sewing it, this is what I have. Then I'll also turn it over like this again and sew with 1/2 inch on both sides so that I will close the sides. Then after doing that, I'll use my iron to just flatten this out. Then at this point, I realized that I have not added that to these back pieces. So I'm going to be folding it like this on where we notched earlier for the darts. Then I'll go and take in my darts like this. So I'm just going to go ahead to the sewing machine and sew down the darts on the both piece. And after doing it, I'm going to iron again. So the next thing now is to join both the front and the back pieces together. We are almost done. So I'm just going to grab my front piece like this and place the back on it, right sides facing each other like this. Then I'll go ahead and align it at the shoulder, and I will sew with 1/2 inch on the shoulder. Then I will also sew the sides with my round measurement. So I'll just head ahead to the sewing machine now and do all of this. And after I was done and I turned this over, this is what the top now looks like. So this is an half length, right? I'm going to be adding a down part to it, maybe as a gown. So this opening that I'm pinning down right now is where the zip of this dress is going to be sitting. And this particular back opening, you can use your hook and eye to just finish it up at the end of the day, or whatever you just want to finish that place up with. So personally, to finish up this dress, I just added a skirt part to the half length, and then also a long sleeve as you can see. Then as that opening at the back neckline, I sewed long strips on each side of it so that I'll be able to use it as a bow, as you can see at the back. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section, and also don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also turn on your notification bell. Bye.